Hey gang, it's been a while, a year in fact, but I'm back at another AAS meeting, so it's video time. Let's go! Now this video is going to be mostly about the AAS meeting, but since it has been a year since I made a video on this channel, just to catch you guys all up, I did successfully defend my thesis, officially a doctor now, and I have got a job not in academia but in science writing. Which, I'll be honest, I knew I was going to get into eventually, just didn't quite think it would be this soon. However, I'm really enjoying it, and one of the perks so far is that it allows me to still continue going to AAS meetings. I'm so excited. It's going to be my first one as like a member of the press, which doesn't quite feel real, but I'm excited about nonetheless. I've got kind of some assignments, see if I can get some possible ideas for a magazine, which will be great, but also because I'm still fairly fresh out of grad school, I've still got some friends here that are presenting things, and I'm looking forward to meeting up with them, meeting up with some people from previous schools, going out to lunch, and this time, oh, we're in New Orleans. I should have started with that. I'm in New Orleans, have never been here before, super excited. But my hotel is actually really close to the convention center this year, so I'm excited to finally be able to check out some more of the after hours events. Like there's an open mic night and an astronomy on tap that I always keep missing. I mean, it's not a bad thing that I have missed astronomy on tap and things in the past. It's usually due to staying with family friends and, wanting to enjoy a nice dinner with them. But this time, I don't actually know anyone that I could stay with in New Orleans. So, hotel it is, and I get to go to the late night events. I'm really looking forward to seeing how AAS is different as a sort of press person rather than as a student. But I don't think it'll be too different. Mostly I'm excited for this week. I have missed these conferences even though it's only been a year. So I can't believe how, but I managed to forget how exhausting AAS meetings can be. There really wasn't actually too much of a difference between being press and being a student at the meeting as far as I could tell in my little bit of experience. Bonus for getting some good muffins from the press room, I guess. Definitely still had some work to do during the meeting, but I feel like there's always a little bit of that that comes with, just kind of catching up on research and whatever while you're sitting in talks that are, not quite engaging. I had a lot of fun though, being able to take some people out for lunch, met somebody who I think I will maybe do an interview with later, and just nice to kind of a little bit have that mental worry of, oh gosh, it's expensive paying for food in the middle of a city near conference, just kind of on the down low, because I know work will cover it, so that bit's nice. But mostly it was a pretty normal conference. Went to some talks, saw a bunch of posters. I'm not actually a huge fan of the eye posters, I'm finding out, especially when I'm trying to quickly scan through, because although they're available for me to look at later, and I will, when people are presenting them, they're often clicking on the screen to make a certain part of it big, which means you can't just kind of stand behind somebody else and quickly skim the poster, because a third of it is covered, and even what's not covered is kind of grayscaled and lowered opacity a little bit, so it's harder to read because your focus is supposed to be on the big part in the middle. But if you're trying to just skim the poster and get an idea for what's going on, it's harder. This is a coherent thought. I'm tired from my travel. Overall, the conference was really fun. I'm slowly realizing that I'm turning into one of those scientists who goes to these meetings and meets up with a lot of people and keeps running into people that they know, which is just a fun feeling. I saw a good mix of people who I usually come to expect to see at these conferences, so some people that, are friends from other universities that we just kind of happen to meet up here, people that we have the same university in the past that's fun, and also, I just happened to volunteer at the same registration slot with somebody else who I volunteered at the same registration slot as last year. which is fun. But then I also met, you know, some new people, which is always great. And I met the new first-year students at where I went to grad school, and you know, got to know them a little bit, which was cool. Like I mentioned earlier, because my hotel was kind of very centrally located, I ended up only going to one late-night event, Astronomy on Tap, which was fun, but we bailed early because the just acoustics and sound in that venue were really not that great, so it's very hard to hear the speaker unless you're like right up at the balcony. And me and the couple people I was there with were like, you know what? We're just gonna go. I'm just gonna go. But I found some cool restaurants that I enjoyed throughout the week. Walked up to the French market, which was really fun. Got so much good food. Yeah, there's a lot of good food and a lot of, you know, the city looks nice under like some nice evening lights. Oh, I think when I recorded this first video, I didn't even mention I got to see the Drone of Art Parade, which I guess officially kicks off festival season in New Orleans. So I got to see a parade while I was in New Orleans. I had a really fun time. The 2 days of kind of just non-stop going right at the beginning didn't mean I was a little bit more exhausted for the rest of the conference, but I'm glad I did it then rather than trying to do it after the conference when I was definitely going to be exhausted anyways. All in all, I had a really fun time. I've got a long list of ideas of potential stories, which is cool, and I'm excited to keep going back to future AAS meetings or other scientific meetings and just, you know, having fun meeting people. So thanks for watching. Somewhat soon I will have a more just kind of overall city review of New Orleans coming up if you want to check that out. Otherwise, I have no schedule for when I'm making videos, but I haven't entirely forgotten about this channel. So see you whenever.